Nation headquarters, and the political landscape in South Carolina is heating up ahead of the South Carolina primary, which is next on the electoral calendar. Campaign events for both former President Donald Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley are taking place in our state today. News 2's Hannah Powers joins us live in the studio with more details. Hannah.
Hi, Erin. Yes, all eyes on South Carolina today as the former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley posted a new campaign video to her Instagram account saying it's a great day in South Carolina and, quote, "I am ready to take the SC model national." Now, this is a shift in her campaign, betting on the odds that a state that already knows her well will have her back in the upcoming primary against former President Donald Trump, even though polls show her trailing far behind. Campaigning in the state capital, Columbia, today, she's focusing on her record as a governor, where she championed policy to cut taxes and passed bills to combat illegal immigration. She says she made South Carolina a place where families can thrive.
And South Carolina became proud. By the time I left, we were named the friendliest state in the country, the most patriotic state in the country. And don't blame me for this one. The number 2 state in the country that people were moving to.
Meanwhile, also in Columbia, Team Trump South Carolina allies hosting a press conference on President Biden's administration's inability to lead, specifically when it comes to the southern border, but also Nikki Haley's failures during her time as governor. Notable speakers today, including South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson and South Carolina State Representative Bill Taylor, who says Haley was more focused on playing the part of politician than real conservative policy.
Nikki Haley is not the right candidate to be president of the United States. Nikki is always about Nikki. Nikki changes. Nikki isn't that same person that I ran with in 2010, the one that was supported by conservatives, that shot to the front of the crowd. She squandered 6 years of being governor in this state. How unfortunate that was.
Team Trump also hosting a similar event in Horry County this afternoon, while Haley heads to Hilton Head for a meet and greet tonight. The South Carolina primary takes place on Saturday, February 24th. Back to you.
And with South Carolina's Republican presidential primary just weeks away, we are learning more about which candidate voters in this state are supporting. 815 potential South Carolina Republican primary voters participated in a Washington Post Monmouth University poll between January 26th and the 30th. Now, the poll asked voters a series of questions, including which candidate they would vote for if the primary was today. 58% said former President Trump, 32% said former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. While Haley is still trailing behind, she did narrow the gap between her and Trump by 2 points since September. Also from this poll, we have learned South Carolina voters have more confidence in former President Trump beating President Biden in the November election compared to Nikki Haley. Trump received 42% of voters' support on the question, while Haley received 21%. The poll also asked voters if former President Trump wins the nomination and is then convicted of a crime for his response to the 2020 election, should he remain as the Republican candidate. 60% of voters say yes, while 36% say that he should be replaced.